This is Still Here Hollywood's 10-Minute Takes, bite-sized chapters of our favorite chats with the stars. I'm Steve Kmetko. Here's the third of 4 chapters with actor Natasha Henstridge of Species.
I filmed in Cannes.
Did
and
you?
in
So beautiful.
for months, and I mean, talk about, and then a little tiny wine during lunch. I mean, the French know how to live. Come on,
Yes, they do. Yeah, and they take the whole summer off.
Yes.
2 months usually, 1 or 2 months.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Are there any actors or actresses, there I go, any people in show business who you wish you could have worked with? People you looked up to?
Gosh, there's just so many incredible actors. I'm trying to think of any in particular. I mean, the funny thing, I guess the fear part of me and the part of me that, would be so afraid to work with some of these people. It's the truth of the matter. I think that held me back, going, I'm not good enough to work with them, and not wanting to work with great people that make you better. But I would say, Meryl Streep, I'm a huge fan. I'm a fan of Kate Blanchett, all the Kates, all the amazing Kates. There's just so many incredible women that are so fantastic.
Kate Winslet, Kate Blanchett.
Yes.
Kate Hudson.
Yes.
There's a lot of Kates.
Yeah, there's
You're
a lot
right.
of Kates. Men, too. Oh, gosh. There's so many great. I have a big crush on Colin Farrell, so I have to look over there.
We should tell you, her boyfriend is sitting over there.
So that'd be a fun day at the office, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's so many. There's too many to list. I can't even think right now.
One of the people I'd like to ask you about is Harvey Weinstein.
I knew it. I knew
Oh,
it.
sorry.
I knew that was coming.
I thought of him too because every year when I'd go to Cannes, he'd be there
Mm-hmm.
with Gwyneth Paltrow or Nicole
Sure.
Kidman.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I knew him, back in New York, back in the early days, I think it was before he even started Miramax, way. He was already into film producing. Maybe he had Miramax. It's going way back. So, he was, he was beginning and starting to just rule the city, rule the business and stuff. And I don't think, it's one of those weird things in life, and I've talked about this briefly before, but it's one of those things where you look and you go, this guy's so legit. He's doing all of these incredible projects. He is the man, and you want to be in business with him. And then you feel, and what was so liberating about some of it is that, when you feel like you're the only one who was treated in a certain way, and I did, came home and told people what my experience with him was, and then you come to find out that you're not. It was so powerful to be a part of women that talked openly about this, because you weren't like, oh, I'm not the only idiot, or I'm not the only one that got duped, or I'm not the only one that I must have put myself in this position. You blame yourself and all of these things, right? And because someone's so powerful, it's not the first thing you're going to be talking about with everybody. At the time I did, though. I did talk to my manager was, in my case, nearby at the time. And so,
When somebody has that much power over you, and you want a career and you want a future, sometimes I can understand completely how certain things might go the way of whatever way the wind's blowing, or might take. It's hard to take yourself out of that situation, or leave yourself in that situation.
That's it, until it goes way too far. So I think there's been a line over the years that, I think women have had to, honestly, sadly, always walk a certain line of, to quote Johnny Cash, always walk a certain line of being attractive. It's not just about your talent. It's about being attractive. It's about them having some mystery. It's about them going, wow, she's really beautiful. I wonder what it'd be like to be with her. That I mean, I don't know what I can say on this thing, but people are always like, you want to be friends with her, or she needs to be fuckable, she needs to be this, she needs to be all of these things. So women have always had this weird line to walk in that way. And it's only when that goes too far, and it's not about engaging in it. It's just about holding yourself. Look, I've heard all these rumors about casting couches and all of that stuff, and I never really had those experiences. And there's only been a couple of things that have ever happened in my life, and Harvey was one of them. And look at him now.
What did you think about his conviction being
overturned?
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. Honestly, it sucks. People really fought so much. So I think I heard Ashley Judd talking about it a little bit. I think people are really triggered. I had 1 million people call me up and ask me to speak on it, and it's this weird thing because as a survivor, victim, whatever you want to call it, I'm not that woke. It is what it is. You don't want to keep putting I respect the women that keep talking about it, but I have a desire to move on past it because unfortunately, it still affects the way people see you. It does affect, this one is going to cry about this or whine about that, or you're not going to be able to look at her sideways, or, it's so sad. And I know we're in a different time after the Me Too movement. I think it's moved the needle in a lot of ways, but I do still go moving on. Don't want to talk about it. I hope he gets his, hopefully he stays where he is, But at the same time, there's still a fear. There is a weird fear around it. There's a stigma around it still. I felt like I had to support the women, and I came out and I spoke in that way for that reason. And then I just wanted to not be a part of it anymore.
It's I think we're at a time where it's much less likely to happen.
I think it's really made a difference. I definitely think it's made a difference. Yes. Yeah, for sure. And yet there's still something, and maybe it's in my own head, I still think there's people that are, everybody's got their own perspective and where they come from and what they grew up with and what's normal to them, and all of these things play into it. And so I think there's still an element, unfortunately, of people who are get over it, or enough is that kind of thing, and they don't, and so part of me goes, I just want to just take it right out of the equation and not go on and on about it either. And hopefully now I'll be the first person to stand up when somebody's doing something off color on set, something that feels wrong, or protecting young actresses and saying, you don't have to let him do that. That makes you uncomfortable, and that's not, you stand up for yourself, or I'm happy to stand up for you. So I'm the first person to do that. But
did he impact your career in a negative way?
I don't know for certain if he did or not. But I know that he used books that I was trying to option, and things that I was trying to do. He used that as a hook, as an anchor, and as a manipulation tool, which he had absolutely no intentions of actually making these things. So I did find that out, and that's kind of a bummer. You're like, oh, so that's just part of his antics and how he worked.
What irons do you have in the fire now?
So
You're still looking for something.
So many. I have a couple little indies. I just had a movie come out in theaters. I've had a few. I have a movie called House of Abraham coming out that a friend of mine wrote, Lucas Hassel wrote, a little psychological thriller. I'm producing a Christmas movie because I'm a huge Christmas fan, and
Hallmark Channel.
It's a little edgier than the Hallmark Channel,
okay.
Unfortunately, or it probably would have been made already, because that's the problem, right? People want it to be completely in that world, and it's edgier than that. So we've got the green light on it, but we haven't started making it yet. So hopefully January. Hopefully January. This has been going on for a while, though. So that's in the works, and trying to make my own projects as well as take basically any movie when people offer me movies overseas. I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
What's the best piece of advice you got about Hollywood?
I was going to say take Fountain, but that doesn't even work anymore.
No, that's Betty Davis's line.
That's right.
How to get ahead in Hollywood.
You know
take
what?
Fountain.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
great.
It's
when you know.
such a good, when you know, but
Yeah.
actually that's not going to work anymore, is it? It's busy everywhere now.
Yeah.
There's no driving around, no getting anywhere.
To watch the next chapter, click the box. To listen, just stay tuned.